Hello and welcome to the third episode of The Spirited Monk. Today, what I'm going to talk about is the importance of the jigger or the peg measure. And again, I'll have to take you back to many years, actually to the initial years of my bartending. Not even bartending, actually. At that time, I was working on the floor, so I was not a bartender yet. And it happened to me that an old lady, a French lady, came down to the bar, again, a long-staying guest in the hotel, came down to the bar, sat in one of the corner, chairs, and she ordered for a cognac, a Hennessy VSOP. And interestingly, at that time, we were being taught that every time somebody asks for a straight drink, you're supposed to ask for a small or a large. And I went on to say, would you like a small or a large? And she said, I want a large. I said, okay, great. So I go back to the bar, ask the bartender for a double or a large Hennessy straight up and come and serve it to the guest. What happened is she had her drink, listened to some great jazz that was happening at the bar then. And then after having finished her drink, she asked for the check. I present her the check, and that is where the real thing started to take off, because after I present the check, clear of the glass and head towards the side station is when I hear a very annoyed voice of the old lady saying, I didn't have two. And I said, what's so confusing? So I went back to the lady and said, ma'am, may I help you? Is there something wrong in the check? She says, young man, I didn't have two Hennessy. I only had one Hennessy. So I also was confused. So I picked up the check, and incidentally what would happen is, because she had asked for a large, and in our system, we would always write 2 for a large and 1 for a single or a small. So because she had a large, it actually said 2. But for her, it meant 2 drinks. And she said, I only had 1 drink. So I went on to explain it to her. Look, I asked you if you want a small or a large, and you said you wanted a large. So therefore, it's being charged 2, because for us, a small is a 30 ml and a large is a 60 ml. So therefore, it's 2 drinks. She goes on to say, I only had little Hennessy. And I do not know, if that was correct, but I think in her part of the world, they only have a standard measure, which is a 45 ml. So it's either a single or a double. So I went on to my manager. The manager came, explained to the lady, but she said, I only had little and I had 1. So we had to cancel the check, print a fresh one, charge her for a small, and then the episode ended. Towards the end of the day, my manager walks up to me and says, तुमने वो lady को क्या बोला था drink का order लेते समय? So I tell him in Hindi, sir, small or large? इसके आगे कुछ बोला? I said, नहीं, कुछ नहीं बोला. Then he says, you didn't say single or double? I said, नहीं. बोलता है, बेटे, जब गोरा आता है ना पीने के लिए, you should always say small or large, single or double. Because for them, a double is actually a large. In our part of the world, we have the standard measure of a small or a large, but in their part of the world, it's either a single or a double. So I'd missed out on the single or the double, and the lady always took it for granted that it was a single drink, so she said, give me more. That was all that she wanted. Now, what does it teach me? 2 things. One is, again, always repeat the order and make sure who you are serving. Because in different parts of the world, you're accustomed to different style of drinks and different ways of ordering the drink. And number 2, the jigger, especially in our part of the world, we have 2 measures. There's a 30 ml and a 60 ml, whereas in some countries, there's a standard single measure. So in honor of that old lady who also taught me about the jigger and the importance, and of course the importance of a double and a single, I'm going to fix a nice Hennessy cocktail, which is, of course, the name of my bar as well, a sidecar. And you will have to come with me to my bar and experience the drink for yourself. Come along. Bonjour, welcome to my bar. That is the only one French word that I learned during my hotel management days, and it remains that way. Anyways, here I am at my bar to make you a sidecar, which is purely an ode to the old lady who taught me to say single or double, small or large. So I'm going to fix you a sidecar. The name of my bar here is also Sidecar, and I'm sure you all will love fixing this drink at home or wherever you are at your bars and enjoy it. Okay, so I'm going to fix one. I take a mixing glass and I'll start with the orange liqueur. So this is a homemade orange liqueur. I'm going to pour approximately about 20 ml of the same, followed by a nice cognac, and I'm going to pour approximately about 40 ml of the cognac in there, followed by another 20 ml of the lime juice. And then I'm going to give it a really good shake with loads and loads of ice. Okay, for a shake that is very different from the present day bartenders, this is my traditional classic shake that I learned 25 years ago. So a nice good shake, and I'm going to empty this in a cocktail glass. So double strain it, and finally finish it off with a peel of orange. Bonjour, Mose, or Ode to the Lady. If you like straight up cocktails that is shaken to perfection, then please like, comment and subscribe to our YouTube channel 3 Bar Stools, and also follow us on Instagram. Cheers.